Welcome to Quick Rip. Big B here with ya. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. Hey, last night we had Gamebred 4 boxing card going down, and it was in Milwaukee, I believe. And it was stacked with some big MMA names. So obviously I had to check it out. There was no UFC going on, so I believe there's PFL, but I just can't get into the PFL really. I'll watch it occasionally. I tried, I just can't do it. So I decided to watch Gamebred Boxing because we had Anthony Showtime Pettis taking on Roy Jones Jr. in the main event. We had Vitor Belfort taking on Jacare, and we also had Jeremy Stevens boxing Jose Aldo. Pearl Gonzalez. I mean, the list, like I said, just keeps going on and on with MMA stars that were out boxing. And what I found with a realization last night at Gamebred 4, and first of all, this is no knock against any of the athletes, any of the fighters. This is just a personal opinion. And you know what? I know they were out there doing their thing and doing it to the best of their abilities, taking it very seriously as they should. But as a spectator last night, I mean, I always kind of knew it, but I confirmed that boxing is boring. It truly is. I mean, I'm a guy who has watched the UFC since I rented the first one on VHS. Yes, I'm an old fucker. So that was probably 94. Since 94, I've been consuming as much MMA, UFC as I possibly fucking can. I mean, it's outrageous the amount of fights that have been in and out of this brain, and some of them are still kicking around back there. But my point is I've been watching MMA for years and years now, and recently I've also got into bare knuckle boxing, BKFC. Been getting into BKFC big time. It's exciting. It's big names. It's everything I want in combat sports. Going from MMA, watching MMA, and watching bare knuckle boxing, which is two high octane, in your face fucking combat sports, right? Going to boxing, I just can't do it, folks. It I just can't do it. And I mean, I'll tune in. Obviously, Tyson Fury. Uh, Maybe if there's nothing else going on, and I see people talking about it, there's just not much there for me. And like I say, it's nothing against the athletes. They performed very well last night, actually. But I don't know. Maybe the biggest part that I'm done with here is watching pay-per-views of professional bouts that include amateur boxers. Let's be real, like no, not really any of the MMA fighters last night were boxers, right? Great strikers, don't get me wrong. I mean, Belfort Jacare was a weird fucking matchup, but Jacare did pretty good, all things considering. But you get my point, right? It's I just can't do it anymore. I gave up somewhere in the main event. I just tuned out and lost all interest. It's just boring. It's just boring when you're coming from high octane fucking MMA, BKFC, bare knuckle boxing, where everything's in your face, the action's up front. It's kind of like going from a video game perspective, going from a Call of Duty where it's balls out, fucking giddy up and go, and then going from that to watching boxing, which I could compare to like a stealthy game. I don't like stealthy games. I like the balls out, fucking action in your face kind of deal. Just a quick rant. Just something that I found last night watching Gamebred 4. and like I say, it was a good card. Everybody performed well. It was it just solidified that boxing is not for me. Let me know what you think out there in the comments. What do you think about just traditional boxing? I hope you can understand what I'm trying to get across here, coming from MMA and bare knuckle, and then sitting there watching boxing. It just seemed so slow, just not exciting. Anyway, hey, like I say, let me know what you think about boxing down in the comments. Like it, love it, deal with it. While you're there, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let's get this channel fucking rocking. Thanks for joining me here today on Quick Rip. Till next time, everybody, take care and peace. I think the trip from below the train. I ride one